Hi friends, this is tech expert Neil and you are watching howisolve.com. In today's video, I'll show you how I upgraded my Poco X3 battery, which was completely bloated, as you can see over here. And I did not go the official way, and the reason I'll share with you why I didn't do that. So this Poco X3 phone, which is one of the most controversial and one of the most value for money phone when it was launched way back in 2021. But the issue was with the motherboard, and like several people, I also faced the same issue of the faulty motherboard. And luckily for me, when my motherboard failed, the company had upgraded the warranty terms and they provided me a complete replacement of the motherboard free of cost. But after 1 year of the motherboard replacement, I faced a battery bloating issue in which the battery of the phone was not working properly. The phone's body was getting deformed because of the bloating. So I again went to the service center, but unfortunately, when I actually checked the battery that they were willing to replace, I found that the battery was 3 years old. And in fact, it's like when the phone was manufactured in 2021, after that, they have stopped producing the battery for the phone. And in replacement also they provided the same 3-year-old battery, so I was not willing to accept that kind of new battery. So what I did was I went for a DIY approach like I usually always do, and this is the result. I have upgraded the phone's battery from its original 5000 amperes battery to a double capacity of 10,000 mAh battery, and the performance is also almost double. I'm getting a very good screen on time, and I'll show you. As you can see over here, this is the battery percentage showing, and you can see active for 93 hours. I'll share with you the method that I've used, and the same method I've used to revive my Mi A1 phone, once again an iconic phone from its time. This was released way back in 2017 and I bought it around the same year, and this was again one of the best value for money phones. It came with stock Android experience, which was very new in that time, with the Android 1 program, and it's upgraded till Android 9, which is the version which I have got. So this phone is also had the same bloating issue, but it took around several years. Like it happened after 3 to 4 years, so that was expected. But again, that was out of warranty, and I didn't want to go for the official route of replacing the battery. And I tried several third-party batteries, but it was a very bad result. I bought a battery which was supposed to be original, which came like this from online, and it was completely duplicate battery. It did not give any backup, but I was able to get the refund for it anyway. So again, in this, I have used a method similar to this. You can see this is a battery actually, which I've hidden it with plastic. So this is a normal 18650 lithium ion battery, which I was able to fit in this phone. And I have done several customization in the software for the charging. I've reduced the amount of charge that it can accept. It is now limited to 1 amperes. That I was able to do because I had got root access in this device, and I modified some system files, charging system files, which limits the amount of maximum charge current. The reason for that is because the original battery which came, that had a, you can see over here, this is the original battery BN31. So you can see the rated voltage is 3.8 volts and charging voltage is 4.4 volts. So the issue is that the battery which I had replaced it with, that 18650 battery, it does not go till 4.4 volts. The charging voltage, it was around 4.2 volts. So to make sure that does not get overstressed while charging, I have limited the charging voltage also, and as well as the maximum charge current. So it charges slowly, but it has been working perfectly for around 2 years now. And in this, I have replaced the battery. You can see over here, I have hidden it with this K-drama logo because my mother is a very big fan of K-drama. So the K-drama logo I have hidden it with to make it a bit better looking. So I've used a 10,000 mAh battery, that is a lithium polymer battery from this power bank. This is a Protronics power bank which I bought specifically to replace the battery, because the battery of this is quite compact, not as compact as a phone battery, but still quite compact. So the problem was the length and width was fine, but the height of the battery was very big. So I had to basically cut through the back panel. You can see this is the Poco X3's back panel. I have cut it using a hot soldering iron, and after doing that operation I am able to insert the battery. But you cannot directly insert the battery into any phone, like any random battery. You cannot do that. The trick to this method is you have to extract the battery charge controller unit that is connected to the original battery. So suppose this is the original battery of this phone, which it isn't, but anyway, so this is the chip which is the charge controller. It contains the port, the port with which you can connect the phone to the battery, and this has got a chip, a charge controller chip, which basically controls the charging voltage and the maximum charge which the battery can accept. It also tracks how much charge the battery is. So to do this, you have to be very careful. It's normally been stuck using some tape. You can see over here, this part can be removed. You have to remove this part. It's difficult to do it with one hand. I'll remove this tape and I'll show you the actual chip that is inside, stuck with this ribbon, charging ribbon cable. Give me a sec. I've removed the tape and you can see this is the charging circuit which we have to extract. So you can see over here there are two terminals for the battery, B plus and B minus. So you just have to cut this terminals. This is from the original battery, and then you have to solder the new battery with the correct polarity. Once you do this, then you can plug this same ribbon cable which was from the original battery into the battery's charging slot, and then you can modify the case of the phone to adjust the new battery size. So the same thing I had done with this, and again with this the battery size is really very different because the 18650 battery is little cylindrical. So I had to make some holes in the metal case and extract the wire, and then I added this plastic protection, and this is working perfectly fine for more than 2 to 3 years now, I guess almost 3 years. And this I have used since 2 years. It's actually my mother is using, not for 2 years, 1.5 years you can say. So there's no issue. Only one thing you have to keep in mind, that since we cannot modify the charging speed in this, since this is not a rooted phone, I have not rooted it. So I am using a slow charger for this, just to be on the safer side. Again, this original battery did not have the same voltage rating like the original phone, so it's a bit lower voltage rating because it also uses the same lithium polymer battery, unlike this, which is a different technology, 18650 battery. But the rated voltage was a bit lower from the actual original battery. So I had to compromise on the charging speed. They supported fast charging, but I am not using that to make sure that it does not overheat the battery. So apart from that, the only trick is to extract this charging chip and then connect the proper polarity of the new battery with the charging chip and make the changes in the case so that the new battery fits in the slot, and make sure to insulate every area properly. These ports, these charging terminals should not be visible. It has to be properly insulated so that there is no chance of a short circuit. If there is short circuit, then there will be a chance of fire. So make sure you do it only if you are confident enough. Otherwise, there is chance of fire. So I hope, friends, you like this DIY battery replacement. You can say I've replaced the original battery with again not 18650. This is a different battery, but anyway, so this original battery I've used in this. So I hope, friends, you like this video of how to replace a phone's battery in a DIY manner, not going through the original manufacturer battery. If you like this video, hit that like button, share this video with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, howisall.com. I will be sharing more such DIY tech projects. So stay tuned and keep watching howisall.com. Thanks for watching, friends. This is Neil signing off. Bye-bye.